here in the University of Birmingham's Great Hall. The students sitting in our hall are about to join the thousands of alumni who have passed through our university since it first admitted students. Degree congregations at the University of Birmingham date back to 1901 and are held here in the Great Hall, right at the heart of our Edgbaston campus. Attended by nearly 30,000 graduates and guests each year, these events are the highlight of the university calendar and represent for many students the conclusion of their studies at Birmingham. Originally built as a cathedral to learning, the Great Hall never fails to impress our students. The building is Grade 2 listed, and it's really the details that make the space so special. It features a trompe-l'oeil dome ceiling located above its formal marble entrance. The entrance is bordered by archways that are designed to draw the eye toward the centre of the room. The audience is a mixture of graduands, seated in the back of the room, and their friends and families, seated near the stage. During the ceremony, the graduands will make their way up to the stage, accept their scroll, and be applauded by their families and fellow students. In the sea of formal robes in the ceremony, attendees may spot black gowns, red and green gowns, and possibly some other eye-catching colours. The black robes are worn by those graduating with their bachelor's and master's. Green and red robes are for those picking up a PhD. people who will sit on stage throughout the ceremony, usually senior academics at the university, are led into the Great Hall by two mace bearers. There is a mace bearer at the front of the line and one at the back. The latter is called the Esquire Bedell. Both carry large silver maces that they put down on stage. This is a ceremonial kick-off to the day. The mace bearers are usually staff members from the university who have volunteered to take part. A senior member of the university, such as the Chancellor or a Provost, will be the last to take their place. They'll stand before the attendees and declare the congregation open.
Good morning, everyone. I declare the congregation open.
I'm actually going to wish you a good afternoon. I think we are now afternoon, aren't we, Sandy? So, Graduands, that's those of you at the back, honoured guest, families, friends, colleagues, a huge welcome to this graduation ceremony. My name is Professor Helen Abbott, and I'm the Pro-Vice-Chancellor and the head of the College of Arts and Law. And it's an absolute privilege to be stood before you today. And it's great to see so many of you here on our wonderful campus. Today is a day for celebration, a day to recognise achievement and a day of immense pride for all of us. It's also a day to reflect on the dedication, perseverance and achievement that you've shown throughout your academic journey. The journey you've been on has taken you down paths of intellectual curiosity, where you've uncovered ideas that unlock what it means to be human. That's in historical and cultural contexts. It's within ethical norms. It's through languages and communication. And indeed, it's all about how to live well in global societies. And you are now part of a very long tradition of excellence and innovation. Our foundational charter established this university for the promotion of arts, sciences and learning. And from our very beginnings in 1900, as the first civic university, we were a place where students from all backgrounds were accepted on an equal basis and a place that would serve the public good and drive social progress. And now, as a global top 100 university, our civic commitment to excellence and innovation continues today. Our researchers are making strides in emerging areas such as artificial intelligence, creative industries, global heritage, interactive media, nanotechnology, digital health, responsible innovation, and much more besides. We're also deeply involved in addressing some of the most pressing global challenges, whether that's conflict resolution, preserving cultural heritage, antibiotic resistance, water scarcity, or indeed fair access to justice. Our initiatives are influencing policy decisions, they're improving lives, and they're contributing to the well-being of communities locally, nationally, and of course, worldwide. From its foundation, our university has embraced a global outlook. And that global outlook is mirrored in our very vibrant campus community. And as we look around this great hall today, we see quite how much it reflects the true breadth and diversity of the educational experience here at Birmingham. Now, some of you at the back will have dedicated the last few years to undertaking original research, which contributes to innovation and discovery, and you're here to be awarded your doctorates. Others of you have studied a master's degree, so your time with us might have been a little more compressed, but equally as enriching. And some of you, of course, have been with us for several years studying an undergraduate degree. And there are some as well who've not quite spent as much time on campus with us because you studied on one of our prestigious distance programs. But whatever your degree and however you studied, you've all got one thing in common. You all chose to study with us here at the University of Birmingham. And you chose this path because you trusted that it would expand your knowledge. It might allow you to take that next step in your career. And maybe perhaps because you wanted to make a meaningful contribution. Yes, to your discipline, perhaps to your profession, but maybe most importantly, to society and culture at large. And you made that decision despite knowing that there would be some challenges and sacrifices that would lie ahead. Some of you I know have left your home countries, your family, your friends, to embrace a new culture and life here in Birmingham. Others of you have balanced your studies with fairly demanding work, family, and other caregiving responsibilities. These are no mean feats. Your ability to overcome obstacles, to achieve your goals, is an absolute testament to your resilience, your determination, and that unwavering commitment. You've been exploring new ideas. You've tackled seemingly insurmountable problems. You've met new people, and perhaps most importantly, learned more about yourself and about the world around you. And through the inspiration of those around you, you've also advanced your own potential to go on to achieve whatever comes next for you. So you've not only enriched your own lives, but you've also made a lasting impact on our community and beyond. You've shown that with dedication and hard work, anything is possible. So today we're not only celebrating your academic success, but also the journey you've taken to get here. And I know that the challenges that you faced and the sacrifices you've made won't have been yours alone. There are no doubt family and friends here today celebrating with you who have also had to make fairly significant changes to support you during your studies with us. In front of me, as I look out across this fabulous Great Hall, there are people with extremely proud faces. I can see those smiles. And I know from experience that quite a few of them will have a little tear in their eye as in just a short while you walk up on stage to graduate. And there'll be people watching online too, the cameras are here, who'll be thinking of you and who are so proud of everything you've achieved. Each of you will have that person who believed in you. There are people here who supported you and showed you kindness and have made sacrifices alongside you, and without whom you wouldn't be here. So, graduands, that's those of you at the back of the hall, could you please join me in giving a huge round of applause and massive thanks to those who supported you along the way. Now listen, there's going to be a lot of clapping in this ceremony, and that was a medium volume. I'm expecting a little bit more as we go along. That was just a practice run. So very soon, graduands, you're going to be coming up on this stage, and our Chancellor, Sandy Okoro, will admit you to your degree. You're going to be walking in the footsteps of thousands of students who graduated here since 1900. This is your big moment. And when your name is read out, that will be the official, formal moment of your graduation. And family and friends, that's your cue to make a hell of a lot of noise. So just one final piece of advice to the graduands who are about to come up on stage. As you do so, take care with your step. But perhaps most importantly, give a huge smile for the cameras and don't forget to savour your moment. So listen, on behalf of the College of Arts and Law, and of course of all my colleagues behind me, my warmest congratulations to you all. Very well done.
Hello, I'm Professor David Cheetham. I'm the head of the School of Philosophy, Theology and Religion with Liberal Arts and Natural Sciences. Chancellor, to you and to the university, I present the names of these graduands, as listed in my programme, proved worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees.
By virtue of my authority as Chancellor, I admit those persons listed in the programme, both in attendance and in their absence, to the degree for which they are to be presented.
School of History and Cultures, Doctor of Philosophy, for research into the conservation of modernist mass housing as living heritage in the United States of America, Michael Allen. For research into the impacts of British activities on the nature of British imperial enterprises in the 18th century Ottoman Empire, Hassan Ilban. For research into the colonial and post-colonial history of oil exploration and exploitation in Algeria and France, Gemma Catherine Jennings. For research into the role of heritage and tourism in nation building and economic reconstruction in post-conflict Somaliland, Abdurrahman Nur Muhammad. For research into 19th century local government responses in Birmingham to environmental pollution, sanitation and public health, Justine Samantha Pick. For research into livelihoods on the shores of Lake Kariba, Zimbabwe, Felix Tombindo. For research into how heritage, identity and memory is expressed in the intimate surroundings of working-class Latin American migrants in Chile, Hermina Vial Lacaros. Master of Research, Bethany Nicosia. Master of Arts, Africa and Development, Malia Samaya. Antiquity Archaeology, Thomas Richard Butt Evans. Antiquity, Classics and Ancient History, Akil Gigi Alex. Sydney Betts. Amber Grace Garmston. Nicholas Edward Hallam. Lakshmi Miller. Roisin Neelan. Edward Plaister. Emily Florence Thompson. Antiquity Egyptology, Birgitta Blair. Hafsa Dahir. Thomas Charles King. Contemporary History, John Gilson Brothers. Hina Malik. Early Modern History, Masamath Aklima Khartoum. Holly Louise Martin. Amber Salcedo. Thomas Benjamin Stone. First World War Studies, Harry Bott. Neil Harnby. Denise Hutchison. Nicholas Sinclair Jenkins. Cassandra Pope. Global History, Matthew Guest. History, Lewis Bailey. Halvard Bratberg. Ross Chapman. Mark Edmondson. Sean Edwards. Caroline Essop. Christopher Michael Hayes. Gemma Hazel. Hayley Siobhan Hemmensley. Gemma Jones. Amy Lynch. Alice Phoebe Anderson McPhail. Abigail Catherine Mann. Finley James Marham. Derek Neal. Graham Edwin Paul Pattenden. Luke Edward Phillips. Javaria Salim. Henry Vaughan Seeney. History, Contemporary History. Rosie May Charles. Sarah Josephine Eltsinger. Wilden Hafata Yafito Zara. History, Early Modern. Harriet Barnes. Charlotte Carmen Cooper. Eleanor Mary Pickup. Isabel May Renison. Alice Laura Rigg. Abigail Louise Cyril. Lingshaw Wu. History, Global History. Igor Almeida. Guangli Fei. Arjan Singh Gill. History, Medieval Studies. Sebastian Fairclough. Carol Laura Holmes. History, Modern British Studies. Yassine Baksh. History, Public History. Matthew George Vernals. History, US History. Rory Smith. History of Warfare, Henry Fisher. International Heritage Management, Megan Arundel. Matthew Bartlett. Rebecca Anna Fry. Eloise Leona Harris. Isabel Hawksworth. Daisy Rebecca Mansfield. Marie Rose. Lucy Stott. Amy Jane Stubbs. Amy Tasker. Yan Jiang.
Good afternoon. I'm Professor Michael Dobson, Director of the Shakespeare Institute, here in my capacity as public orator. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, graduates, graduands, and guests. A University of Birmingham graduation ceremony is an appropriately grand occasion. It's a moment when we celebrate the achievements of those who have successfully finished their academic studies here and are now embarking on new lives as graduates, bidding, as they set out, this triumphant fancy dress farewell to Edgbaston. But a graduation ceremony is an even more august occasion than it may appear, because the university, which all this pomp and heraldry represents, is a much larger institution than the magnificence around us today suggests. The university does not consist solely of its buildings and its students and its faculty. It consists too of invisible networks of friendship, cooperation and mutual support, which extend right through the city and right around the world. Today's ceremony honours not only those who have proven their worth on this visible campus through completing the institution's academic programmes in such disciplines as philosophy and ethics. It also congratulates someone who has established her fitness to wear further extra letters after her name by taking her philosophy and her ethics out along those invisible networks. Someone who, with imagination, empathy and effectiveness, has put some of what she learned as a University of Birmingham undergraduate to work. Birmingham has long been proud to number Charlotte Hill as one of its own. She took her BA in political science and philosophy in 2001, and rarely can a graduate of that discipline have better demonstrated what can be achieved by someone able to combine a grasp of how institutions work, a grasp of how economics works, and a vision of how society ought to work. She was already serving as an assistant to the Birmingham Northfield MP, Richard Burden, while she was still a student. And she then worked for 5 years for the eminent Labour politician Harriet Harman, now Baroness Harman, KC. On some CVs, this might look like an apprenticeship to power, driven solely by personal ambition. But Charlotte's defining ambition has always been to serve others, especially those ill-served by the existing structure of society. Instead of seeking public office herself, she next put her experience of the corridors of power at the disposal of the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, working as their parliamentary advisor, determined that government should never forget the needs of the young and the vulnerable. Graduates of this university shine in the private sector and the public alike. And it's good to be reminded today that they also shine in the charity sector, working not to generate wealth or to serve the state, but to redistribute resources towards those underserved by either commerce or government. As an administrator, a motivator, and a visionary, Charlotte Hill could have followed an outstanding career in either business or politics, but she has instead chosen to be one of the exceptional creative talents of her generation in philanthropy. In 2010, she became the youngest ever CEO of UK Youth, and in 2014, she became Chief Executive of Step Up to Serve, running the #IWill campaign, by which thousands of young people have helped themselves in the course of helping others. She was a natural choice to become Chief Executive Officer of BBC Children in Need, with whom she served during all the complex and unevenly distributed emergencies of the COVID pandemic. Always committed to the sharing of resources, in 2022 she joined the Felix Project, a food charity which within a year redistributed 12,000 tons of food, about 29 million meals around London. Alongside her work with Felix, she has now launched the Coronation Food Project under the patronage of the King, determined that no food should be wasted while a single child remains underfed. Somehow, between all this, she has also found time to serve the Westminster House Youth Club and the English Football League Trust. It's only characteristic of Charlotte that she's chosen to give back to her old university in between giving of her talents to others. Recognised as an Alumna of the Year in 2016, she has worked with the university's Jubilee Centre for Character and Values in her promotion of volunteering among the young, and she assisted in the Habit of Service research project, by which the results of that volunteering for over 4,500 participants were carefully analysed. She has returned to Edgbaston too to give time to recruitment activities, and as part of the Lunch with a Leader programme, she has met and advised students who aspire to work in fields akin to her own. Today's honorary degree is, of course, not the first public recognition she has received. She has an OBE, a Fellowship of the Royal Society of Arts, a Rising CEO Star Award from the charity Times. But we hope that as another degree from the institution where she began to shape the philosophy which she has so generously and effectively lived out, it may have a special place among her attainments. Chancellor, to you and to the university, I present Charlotte Hill, OBE, deemed worthy of admission to the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
Charlotte, by virtue of my authority as Chancellor, I admit you to your degree.
Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, graduates, graduands and guests. First and most importantly, a huge well done to everybody graduating today. You should be feeling incredibly proud of making it here. I remember very well sitting on those very benches graduating in 2001, which feels a depressingly long time ago now. What a great privilege for me to be the honorary graduate today alongside you all. Sitting here on the front bench today are 4 of the people I met on my first day at university, and they graduated alongside. More than 25 years since we first met, they remain some of my favourite humans in the world. Some are godparents to my children. One, in fact, is actually the father of my children. Who would have thought that smelly teenager from Mason Hall would become my husband? Look around you today. The people sitting either side of you may well be the people who you spend some of the very best times of your life with over the coming decades. The people you will laugh with, you will cry with, dance at festivals, travel the world, watching them forge lives and careers. They are your tribe, so love and nurture those friendships. The 5 of us spent this morning looking around the campus, which has changed so much since our time at Birmingham. And it was an amazing trip down memory lane. Most of us spent a large amount of our time at university in the Muirhead Tower, so it was amazing to go back there today and to reminisce. Not only the foundations of some of our lifelong friendships were born here, but also my career. It was standing in the lift lobby of the Muirhead Tower one day, aged 19, that I saw a scrappy leaflet on the notice board. It was from the local MP for Northfield and Longbridge, a lovely man called Richard Burden, asking for volunteers to come and work in his constituency office. I was studying politics and philosophy, so I decided to give Polly, Richard's constituency office manager, a call. I've never looked back. That was the start of my career, working part-time for Richard for 3 years whilst I was here at Birmingham, being on the picket lines of the Rover car plant, with the trade unions, doing my dissertation on the Rover crisis, meeting Tony Blair and Gordon Brown, the then Prime Minister and Chancellor, as part of the work leading to my first job in Westminster, and every opportunity I have had ever since. It all started from reading that advert in the Muirhead Tower and picking up the phone. So the University of Birmingham is not only the foundations of my friendship group, for my marriage and subsequent children, but also my career. Polly, Richard's constituency office manager 25 years ago, now runs Merton Council in London and has been a lifelong mentor for me. I saw her just last month. Gordon Brown, the former Chancellor and Prime Minister, who I first crossed paths with here in Birmingham, and subsequently when I worked with Harriet, is now someone I work alongside running Felix's multibank after he established the first multibank in Scotland and approached me at the Felix project to open one too. This all sounds like a very glittering career, and the way I've been described sounds very glittering. It sounds like it was well planned, but I can tell you there was never a plan, and there still isn't. My only rules in life are these. Live a life of purpose. Do a job that you are excited to jump out of bed and do every single day, and that you truly believe will make the world a better place. Live a life that challenges you. Do things that frighten you. Take risks, calculated ones. Stretch yourself. Say yes to things that you have no idea how you're going to achieve. And live a life of fun. Remember that working hard is important, but so is playing hard. And if you're lucky like me, your job, as well as life outside of work, provides you with a huge amount of joy. I have been very, very lucky to have a life age 45 that I'm so proud of my career, of my relationships, the impact I try and have every day. But I haven't even really got going yet, and I plan to use the foundations that the University of Birmingham gave me to continue to try and make the world a little bit better, to work as hard as I can to be a better CEO, a better partner, a better mum, a better sister, friend and daughter. So graduates, look around you at the people either side of you, think about those opportunities that lay ahead of you, the impact you can and will have in the world. What an amazing time to be alive, with your lives laid ahead of you. Enjoy your day, enjoy your lives ahead, and remember, grab every opportunity that comes your way. Thank you so much for letting me be part of your special day.
Chancellor, to you and to the University, I present the names of these graduands as listed in my programme proved worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees. Military History, Philip Cleary. Thomas Guise. Alexandra Xavier Lewis. Andrea Nikora. Ben Pengelly. Nigel Howard Pick. Martin Taylor. Oliver Charles Wall. West Midlands History, Colin Stephen Bramall. Kenneth Madrell. Bachelor of Arts, Ancient and Medieval History, Nancy Olivia Chance Osman. Ancient and Medieval History with Year in Computer Science, Luke Cookson. Ancient History and Archaeology with History with Year Abroad, Abigail Paulin. Anthropology and Politics, Freya Westney. History, Aneshka Brown. William Carhart. History and Philosophy, Ashia Rahim Chowdhury. History and Political Science, Janelle Frimpong. Joel Owen Paget. History and Political Science with Year Abroad, Isabel Griffiths. History and Politics, Danielle Banner. Ursula Kierhain. Jack Sheedy. School of Philosophy, Theology and Religion, Doctor of Philosophy, for research into the purpose and practice of intangible heritage in the United Arab Emirates, Alanud Ahmed Said Al-Shaikhzad. For research on the category of wisdom literature in the Dead Sea Scrolls, Charles Peter Comerford. For research into 18th century Quaker occupational analysis, Ian Andrew Cook. For research into the experiences of Muslim students in British higher education, Hanan Farah. For research into the published work of Quaker theologian Joseph John Gurney, Paul Gerald William Harris. For research into the creator-creature relationship through the lens of Oliver O'Donovan's theological and phenomenological ethic as a means for critiquing particular ecological restoration practices, Robert Key Lewis. For research into biblical hermeneutics amongst post-colonial Caribbean Luth, Amika Liebird. For research into teaching about the parables in the primary school, Ryan Parker. For research into the philosophy of medicine, Rainier Schur. Master of Arts, International Law, Ethics and Politics, Charlotte Elliott. Victoria Hostrakova. Anna Louise Lightfoot. Lachlan Anthony Mueller. Emily Jane Quinney. Imam Zamir Jajid. Charlotte Tyers. Islamic Studies, Mumina Hussain. Zanatul Islam. Xiaoyang Yang. On Nakvi. Ali Rether. Sumna Sadakat. Philosophy, Gary Hughes. Owen Mark Cyril Lees. Aksha Shabir. Philosophy of Religion and Ethics, Hannah Rose Cooley. Robert Kenneth William Powell. Asma Badar Imam Khattab. Miltiadis Reniatis. Blesson Sajeev John. Religion, Politics and Society, Zaka Dogo Anthony. Jamelia Johnson. Theology and Religion, Robert Andrew Dyson. Lauren Christie Hamilton. Eric Sungal Owusu. Master of Public Administration, Faith-Based Leadership, Claire Louise Bampton. Luke Fogg. Olabunmi Taiwo Olamayu. Master of Science, Global Ethics and Justice, Mohammed Sarmad. Amelia Sibetta. Philosophy, Mental Health and Psychology, Anastasia Antonayo. Anushala Dutta. Yasmin Sangha. Jennifer Tinnerton. Jay Wallace. Hanzi Zhang. Master of Arts, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Creative Writing, Asia Abadi. Bachelor of Arts, Fundamental Catholic Theology, Mark McGeehan. Stephen James O'Hara. David Pinder. Carmine Loretto Ria. Liberal Arts and Sciences, Ila Shetty. Liberal Arts and Sciences, International Relations, Suhaila Gabriel. Liberal Arts and Sciences, Politics and International Relations with Year in Civic Leadership, Erin Hitchin. Mathematics and Philosophy, Nabila Issa. Medical Humanities, Elliot Tidman. Philosophy, Eleanor Hathrall. Philosophy and Sociology, Yilin Jiang. Philosophy, Religion and Ethics, Esther Party. Theology and Religion, Anissa Asthan. Kimmery Joy McLean. Bachelor of Science, Natural Sciences, Biomedical Sciences, Lauren Elizabeth Ward. Natural Sciences, Computer Science, Joshua Lachman Banga. So it's now with pleasure that I introduce the student representative, Elliot Tidman, who's going to speak on behalf of the graduating cohort.
Hello. So before I begin, I'd like to congratulate everybody today on the completion of their degrees, which I'm sure have all been a major part of our lives for the past few years or however many years it's taken to complete them. So, and I hope everybody enjoys the special day with all of your friends, family, and whoever's close to you who are here in person or maybe online watching the live stream. So my name is Elliot, and I'm a fourth-year medical student. And I will start by saying I'm slightly concerned that I may be the only medic in the room. And for those of you who have the misfortune of knowing any medics, we do tend to move around in groups and collectives, so please go easy on me. But last academic year, I decided that 5 years of medicine and Selly Oak wouldn't quite cut it. So I embarked on an additional year where I did a one-year standalone degree. So last September, I started a BA in Medical Humanities in the School of Liberal Arts and Natural Sciences. So however eye-opening my time in the world of humanities was for me personally, I thought it best not to give a boring lecture on kind of my research on HIV attitudes. So I thought I'd talk about something a little bit more broad and relevant to us all. So I thought I'd talk about kind of mental health more generally. So in November 2022, a few months into my third year of medicine, I wrote a post for the Medical School Football Club's Facebook page that was for November. So I thought I'd read just a quick extract to recount what was happening kind of for me personally between the summers of first and second year. So that summer, I began to experience things that I never had before. I started suffering from mild insomnia, and I'd go to sleep hours later than I should have done because I was afraid of being alone kind of with my own thoughts, and I began to withdraw a bit socially. So coming back to start my second year of medicine, I wasn't really in a great place, but nobody around me knew. And to the outside world, I was just the same kind of happy person they'd always known. I was keeping myself busier than I could ever imagine, and I was doing as much football as I could. And I remember sitting down to do the very first lecture of that year, and I couldn't concentrate for as little as kind of 5 minutes at a time. And at that point, I considered taking a year out, putting a pause to my studies, but I just thought I'll push on because that's all I knew. However, after opening up to kind of both my family and my friends, I sought help, and then fast forward 2 years, kind of today, I've been to therapy twice, I've started antidepressants, and today I've pretty much made a full recovery. However, last year my life was temporarily kind of turned upside down. So on the 6th of December last year, I received a phone call from a doctor at Heartlands Hospital in South Birmingham, and I'd been told that I had a congenital structural abnormality in my heart. So essentially I had a plumbing issue in my heart that had been there present from birth. And I was told that if I didn't have open heart surgery in the next kind of few years, I'd inevitably develop heart failure in my early 30s. And so in the meantime, I'd had a pretty bad knee injury as well, so it wasn't really looking too good this year. But 3 weeks later, I found out I'd torn my ACL. So I powered through because, again, that's all I kind of knew. And my knee surgery was scheduled for Valentine's Day 2024, and in prep for surgery, delayed all my assignments, packed my bags, and then I left for home, said goodbye to my housemates, and then that was it. So on the morning of the surgery, the anaesthetist came around and said, due to the uncertainty around your heart condition, we don't want to do it today. And driving home with my dad, I just broke down, and the events of kind of the past few months and all the repercussions just came crashing down on me. And I stayed at home for a few weeks, and I just wasn't in the right frame of mind. I just couldn't bring myself to do any work. However, in April, a few months later, I had the news that the original consultant had actually overestimated the severity of it. So I went to the QE, and the specialist said that I actually would never need treatment, and they discharged me. So they said it was on the condition that I didn't really go scuba diving anytime soon, to which I just thought, well, that's an agreeable trade-off for the time being. So fast forward 8 months, and I've had my knee surgery. I'm currently doing rehab, maybe one day to return to football. I've completed my intercalation in medical humanities with quite a few extensions, scraped just about a first in my dissertation, and was able to present my research at a national conference in November. And then finally, I've returned to the 4th year of medicine. So although it may seem on the surface that my life is truly back on track, I still have days where I lie in bed and I feel that I'm the only one who just can't manage the day ahead. So today, when I catch myself kind of spiraling with these thoughts, I try to remind myself of a few things. The first is to look back on how far I've come since 2 years ago. I've been through tough times, and I can assure you it will pass. The second is that despite on the surface it seems that everybody around us is coping, I can tell you nobody is immune to the surprises that life will throw at you. So everybody, regardless of how successful one may be, has things that keep them up at night, so you're not alone. And the third is something that my mum once said to me. She said, "You're perfect to me, but you're human, and please remember that." And that means that sometimes life catches up with all of us, and that is perfectly okay. So my overall message to explaining kind of my own experience of mental health and life challenges is that all of us have our own individual battles, and absolutely nobody is immune from what my mum says is the roller coaster of emotions which we all call life. So the next time you're feeling like you're losing control and everyone around you seems to be coping, it is okay, you're not alone. Even the most successful people experience self-doubt, insecurities, and sometimes can't bring themselves to face the challenges of the day ahead. So in my own experience, we all reach our end goal, whatever that may be, via some route, but we're just at different points of that journey. So we all sit here today celebrating our graduations, having, I'm sure, all battled through difficult things in the past few years. So what I want you to take away is that these challenges don't define us, but they make us the stronger, wiser, and more complete people that we all are today. So I'd like to finish with my mum's message of all of us in the room are perfect to those close to us, but remember you're all human, so please be kind to yourselves. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Elliot, for that very heartfelt and emotional speech. It's been a fantastic afternoon, and I hope you've all enjoyed it. All the family and friends in the front, I would like you to really raise the roof. I've done 5 graduations now, and you have to be the loudest. So I want you to put your hands together, make some noise, whoop, do whatever you want to do to raise the roof to congratulate our graduates at the back. Make some noise. Okay, that's very good. That's very good. You possibly the loudest today. You may have tied with ceremony number 4. I don't know, but that was very good. Now, graduates at the back, I want you to now raise the roof for all your family and friends at the front, and for Charlotte, our honorary graduate. So please, at the back, see if you can be louder. Raise the roof for me. Well done, well done. I'm very aware that I'm the only thing that stands between you, lunch, and congratulating your, I know you need some lunch, right? Congratulating the graduates and Charlotte's family and friends here as well. So I won't be too long. But my name is Sandy Okoro. I am the new Chancellor of the University of Birmingham. I'm the 8th Chancellor and the first female Chancellor of the University. I also graduated here. I did law and politics in the mid-1980s, and I'm an alumni as well. So it's wonderful and a great honour to be back here as Chancellor and to see all the wonderful graduands come on the stage and then leave as graduates today. And many of you were emotional, very happy, all the different gamut of emotions there. And it's lovely to see, and it's a very special thing to be part of your day. I could see from your beaming smiles as you came up on stage how much this means to you. I know how much hard work has gone into it as well, but today's your day, so I hope you enjoyed it. In graduating today, you join the ranks of the community of Birmingham alumni. You're not just graduates, you're alumni now, who span the globe. Our alumni have left an indelible impact on society, as you have heard from Charlotte as well. From the groundbreaking research to transformational discoveries, to innovative entrepreneurship, influential leadership, the footprints of our alumni are everywhere, and there are a few Nobel Prize winners in there as well. When I was here as a graduate, I learnt many things. Obviously, the academic part of it, but also I found my voice here. The voice to challenge, the voice to be curious, the voice to be analytical. All these things are really important and almost extracurricular things that you learn here at this wonderful university. This is one of the best universities in the world, and the education you have received here is priceless. Now, I know somebody say, I paid for it. Yes, I know you paid for it, but it's priceless. So remember that. You're in one of the best universities of the world. Your graduates are one of the best universities of the world. And you're now alumni of one of the best universities in the world. Never forget that. The University of Birmingham, being a graduate of the University of Birmingham, will be your superpower. It will run through you like a red thread. It will always be there. It will always be there to back you up. So always remember that. That's what makes you extra special. I know that the future can be daunting. You just don't know what's out there, what's going to happen. When I was a student, and I couldn't get out of those doors fast enough, to be honest, and to start my life and to do whatever was ahead. And I never really thought of myself coming back here one day in this capacity. But you do. You will look back, and you'll look back at your time at Birmingham, and Charlotte mentioned that as well, and all the friends and family, and all those connections you have made will be very, very strong for you. So please remember those. And I have a challenge for you. You are the future. What are you going to do with that? How are you going to write that? You are in charge of that script. Only you can write it. What are you going to write? What are you going to do to make the world a better place? We're relying on you, and you can do it because it's within you. You're a University of Birmingham graduate. Some of you may do amazing things, be entrepreneurs, you could end up being Prime Minister even. But whatever you do, remember you carry that really important superpower with you, that you're a University of Birmingham graduate. And so whatever you want to do, whatever you want to write, whatever your future is, you are in charge of that and you have the power to do that. Who of you are familiar with Spider-Man? Some? Okay, many more of you than admitting. You can admit that. But Uncle Ben in Spider-Man said, with great power comes great responsibility. And all of you here who are graduates today have great power and will have great responsibility. So take that very seriously and very carefully. And I would also like to say a very warm welcome to the young children in the audience. I spied a few of them. Very warm welcome. It's great to have you here. Hello. Oh, hello. And I hope that in the future, you too will become graduates of the University of Birmingham. I hope this will be your first choice of university. Yes, madam, yes. When you grow up, we have one taker already. Always recruiting, always there. But I hope to see you in a few years' time as a student here. And it's great to see young children in the audience. So, as I wind up, you have entered the Great Hall as graduands, and you are now leaving as graduates and alumni of this great university. In a few minutes, our alumni representatives will lead you from the hall. This marks the end of a chapter of your life, but it's the beginning of many adventures to come. You remain part of the alumni family, and we will always be here for you and hope to see you soon. Our career service remains open to you, and our fantastic alumni relations team run events for recent graduates and can connect with you and the alumni across the world, and that goes for everybody who's online as well listening in. And just remember, if you ever doubt yourself and you ever have that gremlin on your shoulder, like Elliot spoke about earlier, remember you're University of Birmingham graduate. Remember what you can do. Remember you are unstoppable. Many congratulations to you all. Thank you. Okay, so everybody, great to see you all, and I declare the congregation closed.
And with those words, our new graduates leave the Great Hall. The ceremony that completes the university journey for hundreds of Birmingham alumni has come to an end. This is a powerful moment for our graduates, representing the culmination of years of dedicated study, the education, connections, and friendships they have made at Birmingham will last a lifetime. And with Birmingham ranking as the university most targeted by top graduate employers in 2024, there's never been a more exciting time to be a Birmingham graduate. A final bit of tradition to close the ceremony. The maces are collected from the stage, and the mace bearers lead the procession of staff and new graduates out of the Great Hall. Our new alumni are off to celebrate the rest of their day with their friends and families.